The member from London West.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Premier. Speaker, the last few months have shown that sexual violence for women and impunity for powerful men remains a reality in Ontario. Today we learned that doctors can sexually assault women during examinations and return to practice medicine without requiring the College of Physicians to inform the police. And if you are a Crown attorney facing sexual harassment allegations, the government will give you double your annual salary as severance. All you have to do is resign. Can the government explain what it will do to end this culture of impunity and create an Ontario where sexual harassment and sexual assault allegations are taken seriously and acted upon?
So, Mr. Speaker, as I have already indicated in response to a couple of other questions, this is something that I and our government take very, very seriously, as I hope everyone in this legislature takes seriously, Mr. Speaker. So whether it's at work or at home or in the community, whether it's public service or private sector, we all have to be vigilant in terms of our practice. There are rules and regulations in place. In fact, Mr. Speaker, in 2009, our government actually brought in changes to strengthen the Occupational Health and Safety Act to address workplace violence and harassment. So, Mr. Speaker, we will continue to monitor the legislation and the rules, Mr. Speaker, but I would say to the member opposite, I think it goes beyond that. I think it goes beyond the frameworks that are in place that have to continually be improved, and we have to look to our own practice, we have to look to our own communities and our own workplaces and make sure that we have the practices and behaviours in place in those places that keep ourselves and our colleagues safe.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Speaker, beyond monitoring, there are specific ways this government could address violence and harassment faced by women now. For example, yesterday we heard that some journalism students were warned against internships at Q with Xian Ghomeshi. We know that interns are vulnerable. They fear reprisals or damage to their careers if they report inappropriate or even illegal conduct by their employers. I've tabled a bill that would allow interns to anonymously report inappropriate conduct. This is one simple measure the government can take now. But much more needs to be done to make violence prevention an all-of-government priority. Will this government move immediately to update Ontario's Sexual Violence Action Plan to include real goals, real funding, and real progress so that it offers real protection for women today?
Minister responsible for women's issues.
The Minister responsible for women's issues.
Thank you, Speaker. And as the Premier said, sexual violence and abuse of any kind is a very serious issue. We all take it seriously. I find it completely unacceptable, and it is something that we all have to think about here in the legislature, in workplaces and beyond, because sexual violence has a devastating impact. And we have many initiatives and programs. We have a $15 million sexual violence action plan. We also have additional money to support sexual assault centres. And I want to say here what I said outside the House, Speaker. If people are facing abuse, I encourage them to go to the authorities if they can. I encourage them to go to support groups if they can. I encourage them to go to their unions if they can. And there's many protections. Interns are covered by the Human Rights Code and employer policies. There are many progressive policies, Speaker, in workplaces that require employers to respond to formal and informal complaints of abuse. It's something we all have to take seriously. We're working on it. We'll continue to invest in this. Thank you.